My name is Rachelle Stepro. I am from the San Luis Obispo store, and I've been with Pete's for 4 years in December. Okay. My favorite coffee varies between different methods of brewing. So just straight off the urn, I love Guatemala, no milk, no sugar, just straight black. I like espresso forte and my own signature blend as an espresso. And in the French press, I usually like mocha java or Sonani. So the nonprofit organization that I chose this year is the same as last year. It's the Autism Spectrum Center that's in San Luis Obispo, and this place provides training and different things for families with children with autism. I chose this organization because both of my sons are on the autism spectrum, and it's very dear to my heart. The barista workshop has been just a great delight. It's rare to see that side of the coffee world, being a barista in a store, especially Slow, the little store that could in the middle of nowhere. Just being able to work so closely and learn from the roasters and the cupping and just learning about that, it just inspires me, and just to see their level of passion still, you know, they're not tired or whatever, they're just really still passionate about what they're doing after all these years. So it's just really cool to take that home and hopefully inspire my coworkers at home. My advice for other baristas is to always taste what you're doing, always know what you're using, try to find as much as you can about your blend so you can kind of dissect it and know what those individual components are offering. Try different things all the time, try different roast dates, and use that tasting journal all the time and make notes to yourself. That way you can constantly be moving forward. Just in the end, you know, try to have fun and do what you would do for any customer that you would have. I would like to thank, of course, all of my co-workers for letting me constantly bombard them with drinks and questions, and I really appreciate how great the feedback has been. It hasn't always been just blowing smoke or anything. I mean, I've gotten some really great feedback from my co-workers, and thank you to my customers as well for letting me try out different things on them. And big thank you to my wonderful husband and children, and for being so patient and wonderful and supportive in this time.
What an absolutely amazing video, and it's a true test to the talent that's in this room today. As being new to this company, this experience has been truly amazing. Never do you join a company and you wonder, what is it really about? And as I was going through this process, it was very interesting to see people come up to me and tap me on the shoulder and say, Sam, you're coming in at the right time. And I'm like, okay, whatever, it's fourth quarter, we're gonna make money. I'm coming from a retail background. All right, let's go. But I didn't truly understand it till I'm standing at the regional competition and I'm watching what's taking place. And as a customer, as who I was and who I really still am to this day, you look at a drink as a drink. I'm coming in, I'm grabbing my drink, I'm going on with my day, but there are moments. There are true moments when you stop and you have a drink and you have this euphoric sense of, wow, what did I just have? And that event was handcrafted by one of the baristas that are here today, or the many that are across the entire Peach chain. And that is truly amazing to be a part of that. It's truly amazing to see what happens and the talent and passion, care, and love that goes in each and every drink. Love is an understatement when you watch these baristas work. I've watched many of them dump shots, and I'm wondering, what are they doing? Why would they be doing this? There's a line, the screen's gonna change color. It's not just about that and helping customers get back to their day. It's making sure that when they get back to their day, they have the best drink humanly possible, not done on a machine with a button, but done by handcrafted artisans that work these counters. So it's truly amazing. Yeah, definitely, let's applaud them. Definitely. as I sat and watched the regional competition, I know I was going to get in trouble, because those of you've been here a while, you know how this is all set up, and it's very formal, and there's judges that are masters in what they do, and they sit at the counters, and there's masters in the back of the room timing, and buzzers are going off everywhere, and people are standing over their shoulders, and I keep trying to crowd over the counter just to get a peek of the perfection that's taking place. I wish I could stand here the entire time. I really, really do. But I think Rachelle might kick me out of the way. But it is absolutely amazing to watch this take place. But you've heard enough from me about my excitement. Find me in a store and I'll talk to you about it a little bit more. But let's talk about Rachelle and her being here only 4 years with the company. And you've heard this, she's the second time in the finals. Rachelle is a doer and a maker. And she's always tinkering with cookies and caramels, and in this case, drinks. She has a passion to fully understand the process as it was explained in the video, and I think we can all engage that, and I really believe that you're going to see this in the next few minutes. She's a mother of 2 young boys, Asher and Elias. Her husband, Jonah, is here today to watch her compete, as well as the entire team at SLO back online. Remember, guys, take care of those customers, and it's important, if you've got questions, put them on the chat room. We'd love to hear from you. Take it away, Rachelle.
So time, 10 seconds. If we could not start my music yet, I do have it timed accordingly. Don't know where I am. We're all done? Okay. That 15 seconds. Yeah, it feels like 15 seconds. Okay. Ready, guys? Time. Okay, so judges, totally honored and excited like everyone else. This year, I have a real personal connection with my coffee. When I knew I wanted to compete back in February, I took on the task of blending my own espresso. I did this for 2 reasons. One, I wanted to give you the best coffee knowledge and tasting notes that I could. By creating my own blend, I can taste the components individually and really get a feel for what they bring for the espresso overall. Secondly, I wanted to highlight, if we could crank that music up a little bit, I wanted to highlight an African coffee as an acid point in an espresso blend. Typically, we offer espresso on the bar that uses a Latin American coffee, so this will be a different flavor for you today. So with that, I do have the beans out for you, post and pre-roast. I'll start on your left. This is Arabian Mocha Sanani, which is my base sweet layer. This is a natural processed coffee from Yemen. As you can see in the unroasted beans, they're pretty speckled, camouflage looking. This is because the fruit is allowed to dry onto the bean for several weeks, further imparting sweetness, depth of flavor. That's exactly what it's giving to my blend. So this is Ethiopian Fancy. This is my bright layer. This is a washed processed coffee from the Yirgacheffe. So you can see in the unroasted beans, they're pretty clean, uniform. This is because the fruit is forced off and the sticky mucilage left behind. This creates clean, lively acidity for the bean. That's what it's giving to my blend. Last, I have Sumatra, which is my smoothing layer. This is a great favorite of Pete's. It's earthy, it's sweet, and this is what is giving a neat lingering finish that you'll pick up in those single espressos, and that's due to the semi-washed processing. I got all the washes here today, but you can see in these beans, they're kind of in between the first and second, and that's going to contribute to that lingering finish. So I'll start on those espressos for you. And if we can cue up that second song to start now. It seems a little off. Nope, second song. Yeah, there we go. So I'm pulling these Ristretto freak, sorry folks. What this is going to do for the shot is give a more vibrant flavor. It's very multi-layered, so they will be short pull. Not sure enough. we go. Dripsy daisy. Should be dripping in the beginning. But the flavor you can expect is a snappy grapefruit acidity in the beginning. Subtle brown sugar sweetness, tropical wood. Really juicy, lingering finish. Okay. And please be sure to get those aromas first, because that's going to contribute to the overall flavor experience for you today. There you are. Doug, thank you. And again, you're really going to get that lingering Sumatra. Sumatra by nature has a higher moisture content, even up to roasting. It's a roaster's favorite for just munching on, as I was told. So that's what's contributing to that lingering effect as a finish. Michi? There you are. Enjoy those. Okay, I'm going to get started on your second espresso course, the traditional cappuccinos. Okay, so for the traditional cappuccinos, I made a special cap blend. This is the same beans, same roast date. It's just up the ratio of Ethiopia, about 30%. By increasing that brighter coffee, I'm able to get it to cut through the milk a little better and really almost pave a way for the Arabian Mocha Sinani to shine through in this drink. So the flavor you're going to get this time is a silky sweet foam texture, of course, and a real winey depth of flavor from that Sinani. And again, I'm using a lot of reference back to processing styles. A lot of times we think of a coffee's flavor in terms of origin, and I really wanted to bring up how processing can play a big role in flavor payoff. So, thank you. Okay, Doug, this is yours. Enjoy. I'll get started on that second set. Whoa. And I don't need those milk pitchers anymore if you guys want to check the Again, judges, look for that winey depth of flavor from the Arabian Mocha Sinani. Fuss that much at work. I'm fussy today. Okay, Michi, this is for you. Okay. All right. Okay, so with that, enjoy. And I will get started on that final espresso first. Those are done. Bottom of the refrigerator. Okay, judges. So, for my signature drink, I'm going to be using an iced beverage. This is the same drink that I've used throughout the competition, even when the floodgates opened to use something, any ingredient I wanted. I wanted to keep it pure, simple, showcase the espresso. So by now I'm hoping you've seen a theme in my routine. I'm trying to highlight every component of the blend as a finish in every drink that you've had today. So for your single espressos, you've got Ethiopia. For your single espressos, you got Sumatra as a finish. For your warm cappuccinos, you were left with that winey depth of flavor from Arabian Mocha Sinani. And here you get Ethiopia in all its glory as an iced drink. So what I'm making for you today is a sparkling espresso with cream. All this is are first shots. They're shots from the first blend that I served you today. You see me drop a tear's worth of honey in the bottom of these just for some additional sweetness. I have some heavy cream, which I will use to top the drinks off with. That will play off of the heavy mouthfeel that you get from Sumatra. And then there is some sparkling water that I made just a few moments ago. This is really easy to make in the cafe. It's just cool filtered water with a nitrous charger. And what the sparkling water does is adds some lightness and a subtle effervescence that is really in harmony with what Ethiopia, it's fizzy, and with what Ethiopia brings to the blend. And I will be serving these in my nostalgic Pete's shot glasses for the occasion. So set this aside. This part's really neat. You get to see how the espresso reacts with the sparkling water. Okay, and I'm going to ask that you please drink this in its entirety and in 2 sips. So on your first sip, gauge half as much as you can. You'll get the majority of that cool cream and sweet espresso. And on your second sip, you'll get the remainder of that sweetened espresso and sparkling water. Thank you. Enjoy. One minute. 25. Continuing. Do some housekeeping. Okay, judges, so again, it's really been an honor for this opportunity and having such a personal connection with my coffee this year, coming up with an idea and getting exactly what I want. And again, it's an honor to be here and share it with you. Time.
Rachelle, come on down. Come on up. How do you feel you did today?
I feel like I did good. I thought I was going third, so I was like, what? What is everybody looking at me for? Like, so, but I feel like the espresso is the presentation, and I nailed down with the taste that I wanted. So I was happy with that.
Excellent, excellent. So what can you tell us about your signature beverage?
So my signature beverage was an evolving one. I used a lot of different ingredients, just trying to be really clever. Like, well, I think I'll use cardamom because that's indigenous to Ethiopia. And by the time, you know, you over-theorize, it gets together. It just isn't tasty. So I wanted to keep it simple, pure, and like I said in my routine, highlight every component of my blend. And Ethiopia is sparkly, man. So I wanted to use sparkling water.
So you had us right down to 7 seconds left on the clock when you called time.
7 seconds over?
7 seconds left.
That's a new one for me. I'm usually 3 to 7 over.
Congratulations.
Really good.
So what's been your favorite part of the competition?
Again, coming up with an idea, putting myself up to the challenge to blend my own espresso, and just being able to share it. It was a dream. Back in February, I'm like, okay, I want to compete again this year. I'm going to blend my own espresso. I'm going to get exactly what I want to taste out of it. I was looking for more fruit forward, and just I hoped I could get here again. So that's been my favorite part, is just going to each competition and sharing it with people. My love for just doing this.
Awesome. So Cheryl, do we have any questions from the internet?
Yeah, we do. This is not related to your performance, but maybe you can answer this question. Somebody from Facebook was asking, what non-caffeinated drinks could you make for kids besides hot chocolate?
We have a fine selection of herbal teas here at Pete's Coffee and Tea. And I would ice anything or temper any one of those things. So.
Excellent. All right. So anybody special you want to thank?
You know, I want to thank my husband. He has been, if anybody didn't notice, his name tag says Jonah Rules. But my husband has really been like fundamental into, I mean, we have 2 small children. He's my best babysitter. Do you know, like this is his first competition he's ever been to. This is like a really rare opportunity for us to get away and for him to be here. So I really want, if I could thank one person, it would be my husband for supporting me and just God for being with my hands.
Excellent. Thank you. Let's give it up for Rachelle. Thank you. All right. Well, we will. Oh, I'm sorry. Rachelle, come back. Wait. Come back. Apparently, we have another question from the internet.
So our folks on Facebook are asking, you know, some espresso brewing techniques. What makes a good espresso shot, or how can you make sure you brew a good espresso shot every time?
You know what? I am notorious for throwing anything. I was on a single origin kick for a while. I throw anything in the espresso machine just to, like I said, get a feel for what it contributes. A lot of people think, well, I'll grab a pound of espresso forte, or I'll grab a pound, like anything. Espresso is just a brewing method. So what makes a great espresso shot is what you're looking to taste. If you want something bright, you choose something like Latin America. I'm looking at Cheryl answering the question. She was looking at me back. So, but anything makes a great espresso. It's just what you're looking for. Just try to find out as much as you can about the coffee, and you want basically some acid, some sweetness, some smoothness, all jumbled in there.
Do we have any more questions from the internet?
That's it.
Excellent. Let's give it up for Rachelle.